Hi again. So, a couple of things. It was about a day and a half ago, and I felt this strange sensation. It was pretty subtle, but it kind of felt like we were looping. And it reminded me of around November 5th when I woke up, and, a couple days after November 5th. And I felt like the top half of me was trying to go one way, and the bottom half was trying to go the other way. And I knew in that moment what had happened and that things had been tampered with, right? And so when I tuned in a couple of days ago about what I was feeling, my guides showed me a hook, right? So if you picture like just a hook going up and or curving around and going up, and I really feel like we were on the loop part of the hook. So we were curving around a bit, and energies felt like they were paralleling the big I day. Why is this important? Because about a month ago, I was given an image that a lot of intuitives described as like a slingshot. It didn't appear to me that way. It appeared to me like a ball hitting a net, but it was ultimately the same motion, like the net was being stretched out. And we know what happens after that, right? Like eventually the ball bounces back and the net returns to its original position. And I feel like me feeling that strange sensation a couple of days ago was an indication that we're no longer being, pulled and stretched. We've kind of reached the max there on how far things will stretch out. So you can read the lines you can read between the lines there. But now we're back in, or now we're in that motion that's coming back. And I do feel like they were trying to let me know that there is some movement going on, whether or not we can see it, that was not happening before or was kind of stalled in a way, that maybe it's no longer stalled. And so I'm going to hold on to that for a little bit of hope. Okay, so the next thing. While things are happening out there in the world, for a lot of us, they're mirroring things that are going on in our personal lives, right? Which are calling us to address them, look at them closer, figure out what to do about it, process it, let it go, move on, etc. So one of the things that I've been working on is what my guides call the splintering effect. Now, this is tough to explain, but if you think about a conditioning, right? Some falsehood, some belief that you have believed maybe for many years or your entire life. And because of this falsehood or belief, it limits you, yes, and you make decisions based on the limitation of that falsehood or belief. So it can often feel like we are taking inspired action, which we might be, but we may fail to realize like we might be 15, 20 steps away from the thing that we really want because of how much we're operating on one of the splinters, right? Or one of the arms or legs of that falsehood. And we've got to kind of bring ourselves back, right? We've got to pull or retract our energy from that, so then we can recognize the thing, do the work that we are guided to do, to address it, to expel it, to remove it, to release it, etc., and move on. So I had different profiles in different parts of the internet that were not in total alignment with who I am, what I came here to do, what I know is inside of me to do, and what I feel called to do. And so I was cleaning those up today. Of course, I didn't get nearly as far as I thought I would, because we always think that we can do a little more than we can sometimes with the time that we have. But after I got to a certain point, well, something else cleared. It's like a little shift happened. And then I was given the next step. Like, okay, she's doing it. I know she'll finish it up. Give her the next step. And so my next step, and I heard this weekend go live, and I'm like, what now? Because I don't really do lives. Now I know that this was a part of my overall assignment that they've been trying to give me. I had heard it a while, maybe about a week ago, that that I'd be going through this little transformation process and kind of upgrading in some ways. And one of the ways is being seen more frequently in ways that I'm not used to really being seen, right? They go hand in hand. This cleaning up of the splintering effect and then my next action steps. I cannot make this stuff up, let me tell you. But I am supposed to go live this weekend. And of course, me being my human self, I'm like, wow, you guys really, you must think I'm more popular than I actually am. Like, who's showing up for this live, first of all? Where am I supposed to do it? I like to cultivate safe spaces. But ultimately, what I decided to do is I'm going to listen the best I can to follow my next step here. That live is going to cover, I heard development, so intuitive and psychic development, like a Q&A for that. Of course, I'm going to tune in. I'll be answering questions that I feel can help everyone who's there. And so no super personal questions, for example, about love relationships, that kind of thing. But if it's in the vein of psychic development, you may get some tune in about you specifically. If I feel like, yes, this is a good one and everybody can benefit regardless of whether or not it was their direct question. And we're going to leave enough space and time to really dive into what we want to see in the future, right? To make sure that we are sitting more so in that energy instead of the energy of fear or of anxiety or worry. It will be a very reasonable fee of $10, and anything over that is considered donation. And like I said, it's going to be on YT. If I didn't say that, that's where it will be. And I'll put a link in this video once I post it over there to give you the information. That link will probably be up tomorrow. I'm hoping no later than midday tomorrow, but I envision bringing folks up with me so that I can see people's faces, because that would really be a nice way to build relationship and to let all the people know who you hang out with in the chats around TT what you look like and what your name is if you don't make videos, and if you do, just to connect with you in a different way so that you all can begin to build stronger relationships. So I'm hoping to be able to do that as well. But all right, I will see you soon.